There's a good op-ed in the Courant from Tuesday the 9th. I'm Mark Stewart, wanting to chime in. This is the Daily Fire for Wednesday, October 10th. So it's from Professor Robert Hannafin, and he writes in the opinion section, next governor must focus on fixing schools. Well, guess what? This is a next governor who has been fixed on fixing for a year. I declared literally October 11th of last year. And I'm an educator. And it makes sense to pay attention to this governor candidate. Robert, maybe I'm not on your radar screen, but for those of you watching now, please hear how he's right and where we have some differences. He writes at the end, we need a leader with conviction, vision, and persistence who makes education a top priority. You're looking at him. He also writes, we should encourage school districts to innovate, take risks, and make changes. Invite teachers, principals, and superintendents to identify burdensome policies. Doctor, I already have. Okay? I've gotten cues from private teachers, public teachers, administrators, counselors at 4 different grade levels. I know what's going on, and I know how to fix it. And here's where we get off track, because you're looking for more money into the same system. These teachers can make some tweaks. I'm asking for a grand, it's not a tweak. It's a dramatic change of how we school our students. It's choice that the parents hold, not the educators. The teachers are working within a system that still has too many bindings. When parents, along with teachers, have the control to set what curricula they want, what age students they want, whether they can keep disruptive students or kick them out, I hope they can, then you have a more tailored group. Who goes to the more tailored schools? Everybody who's in a deficient school now. And as you know, it's money that will go with the parents that will make schools better. So, when parents have $15,000, it costs about $17,500 now to put a child in a Connecticut school. $15,000 for each parent to use on the education of their child as they wish. It means schools are going to get better. They have to, or they'll lose students to the schools that are getting better thanks to the ability to move. And isn't that an ability we should always want? We have it in all of our private enterprise. And our private enterprise works leaps and bounds better in pretty much every single endeavor, services, products. Education doesn't get markedly better. In some ways, it's gotten worse. So, let parents choose. Call that an EA for education account, because maybe you don't even use all $15,000. There's a lot of good schooling that you can have for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, and bank the rest for future grades where you may need more than $15,000 because no school satisfies your needs come high school. Or maybe there's satisfaction, but you want to step up to a private school that costs $25,000 for tuition. But you've banked enough to get most of the way there. You'll pay an extra few $1,000s for that extra privilege, perhaps, or maybe the school will give you a scholarship. Robert asks about pre-K, and I think pre-K education might be a priority. Clearly, we ain't going to fund it under the current system. No way. Under my system, it could get funded because we talk about private funding for whatever priorities parents have and maybe more money into the kitty from the whole public for the priorities that we as individuals, not as legislators, not as bureaucrats, we as individuals think is better. I think pre-K education will get funded and we'll have the money to do it because stupid, unnecessary programs unrelated to education that are funded too much and are run badly are going to get dissolved. That's my pledge to help educators and education consumers. That's kids and their parents. I'm Mark Stewart. Thank you for listening.